Hello and welcome to Austin Anderson's Sports Talk. Let's start in the NFL, where Matty Ice finally won a game after a great comeback by Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. In Denver, Peyton Manning and the Broncos were bounced after 11 straight wins. The real question is, when will the Ray Lewis phenomenon end? Now, I won't be able to release my next podcast until after the Super Bowl, so here are my picks. Keep in mind that I am saying this before the conference championship games have even been played. I expect the 49ers to take down Matty Ice and the Falcons in the Georgia Dome, and I think the Ray Lewis phenomenon does end in the AFC Conference Championship game. So therefore, that's the 49ers against Tom Brady and the Patriots. And if you want to watch my 2012 NFL preview, you might see that I might have picked the Niners at the beginning of the year, so why back out now? They're going to be your Super Bowl 47 champions. With the NFL season concluding, let's talk about my end of the season awards. MVP. Now this is hard for me. You might have seen me come on with some Detroit Lions apparel on, or even maybe being a little prejudiced in my show. For MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going to have to go with Adrian Peterson. His closest competitor was Peyton Manning, but I thought about it. And if you take Adrian Peterson off of the Minnesota Vikings, they're going absolutely nowhere. But if you take Peyton Manning off the Broncos, I mean, they were a playoff team last year. My Defensive Player of the Year is number 99, J.J. Watt, defensive end for the Houston Texans. Offensive Rookie of the Year, contrary to popular belief, I actually believe it's Andrew Luck. He set many rookie records, including wins for a first overall pick and passing yards and touchdown passes. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Luke Kuechly, the former Boston College linebacker now with the Panthers, number 9 overall pick, is truly doing some extraordinary things. Leading the NFL in tackles as a rookie. Seriously? Yeah. Comeback Player of the Year. Here is where we go to Peyton Manning. It might be a little bit, consolation prize for not winning the MVP in the Offensive Player of the Year. But Comeback Player of the Year, Peyton Manning. Coach of the Year, Pete Carroll. At the beginning of the year, the Seahawks signed Matt Flynn to a 3-year, $26 million contract. And it took some guts to put the third-round, undersized quarterback out of the University of Wisconsin and North Carolina State. But Pete Carroll did gain a lot of respect going with the better player in Russell Wilson, and it paid off huge for him in the end. As I do expect the Seahawks to make a run at the Super Bowl 48 championship next year, with them possibly being the favorites. Yeah, you heard me, the favorites. Guess you're gonna have to look out for the 2013 NFL preview. NBA. Let's look at the MVP watch. Well, first, I'm going with Chris Paul, point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers. Chris Paul has 17 points per game and is dishing out nearly 10 assists. I believe if you take him off of the Clippers, similarly to how you take off AP from the Vikings, that they're just not the second seed in the Western Conference this year. But with them and the Blake Show, I believe they have a chance at making it to the NBA Finals over the Thunder. It's a chance, not a great one, but a chance. Second is Kevin Durant, followed by LeBron James. And in fourth, Carmelo Anthony, averaging nearly 30 points a game for the second-seeded New York Knicks, who remain only one half game behind the recently struggling Miami Heat. Let's move to the NHL. Yes, you heard it, the NHL. The first ever segment for the NHL on Austin Anderson Sports Talk. We're going to do a little bit of an NHL preview for the shortened season. I've got the Pittsburgh Penguins hoisting up Lord Stanley's Cup. If Sidney Crosby can put up a completely healthy, shortened season, I believe with the help of Genny Malkin and recently emerging scorer James Neal, I believe that puts the Penguins just ahead of the New York Rangers. With newly acquired Rick Nash, they now have one of the most premier offenses in the NHL. Not to mention a very solid defense as well as goaltending. Let's end the show today with Lance Armstrong. He recently had an interview with Oprah Winfrey and admitted to doping. And this was difficult to hear about the 7-time Tour de France winner, particularly because of his Live Strong foundation. While Armstrong may not be the man we all thought he was, his organization, Live Strong, produced millions and millions of dollars towards cancer research. And I personally hope the foundation and organization is not harmed by the recent admitted to wrongdoing of Lance Armstrong. That's it for this week's show. Can't wait to see you next time. Enjoy yourselves out there.